everyone, I'm back, and if you were just happened to check out my last video, the ABC Casino, I know you're probably wondering, Mike, how can you make a gambling casino deck without Dark Surge? It is the ultimate of the gamble. Well, maybe Arcana, I don't know, we're not too sure, but as I said in the video, I did try to incorporate the Dark Surge in the Gamba APC Casino, but the reality is, if you want a Dark Surge and you want to do Dark Surge right, you gotta all in the Dark Surge. I mean, you gotta put all your Void Sharp points in there. All your compasses gotta be dedicated towards it. In a perfect world, I even recommend having a lot of rerolls saved up for your Chaos cards to try and find more premium, legendary, or epic versions of the Chaos cards to increase your chances of getting the rewards from the Dark Surge. But once you get all that stuff set up, and we will go over all of that once you get to the Void chart and we're done the gameplay, you end up with a very high risk, high reward strategy where you're gambling pretty much every single map. You go in here, and more often than not, you're going to end up with a lot of nothing. And you're going to feel like you're not winning, you're not winning, you're not winning until around map 20, 25, maybe 30 or so. You hit the big prize, you know, a big Lone Walkers drops, or you get an Eternity to drop, or you get a couple blueprints along the way. Or maybe you even get that random double corrupted item you didn't even realize was worth so much until you price check it and go, damn, I just made a lot of money, right? So that is the Dark Surge in a nutshell, and you just get here and you spawn it. You usually will get about 6 waves on average. If you get lucky and you proc the 1% where the whole thing is taken over by Dark Surge monsters, you'll get up to 15 waves, and it's a good time. As you can see, my filter's pretty aggressive here. We got nothing to drop. I will hit it, and there you go. See, there's all the stuff, but we don't want any of that. And that's essentially the Dark Surge, the ABC Casino. This is the D extension pack, the downloaded extension pack. If you want the ABC D Casino, you can run them side by side next to each other. First thing we're going to do is go over the compasses. As I said, you do need to invest heavily into the Dark Surge strategy. So you have 2 choices for your probes. You can use either the drop quantity one or the gear. Both are acceptable. Gear is more expensive, so it's up to you which ones you want to use. As for your sinful plunder, what I recommend, especially if you're not specifically rolling your cards to find only the good ones, swapping back and forth between this, kind of like I mentioned in the ABC Casino video, these are your antes. So if you have a weak card, lower your ante. Right? Use the purple Sinful Plunder if it's not an amazing card. If it's a good card, up your ante. Use the better Sinful Plunder. That's what I like to do, at least. Moving down, we are going to put on the rarity one here. Not that one, this one first. This one is the 75 drop rarity when you kill monsters, and it stacks up to 4 times. You end up with lots of rarity at the end when you're spawning them on top of each other over and over and over again. They stack really quickly. You get more rarity equals more prizes. So it's good times. Over here, we're going to grab the matchless one. This will help you upgrade it to a higher level of legendary, I suppose. If you click here, it'll tell you they come in common legendary, precious legendary, matchless, which this is letting you do, and ultimate. So matchless is the tier right under the eternity. So this will give you the tier under eternity, or at least increase the chances, whatever that may be. And then finally, we're running with the legendary Dark Surge. Now, I will mention, like I said, with the ante system, if you do want to lower your ante for a cheaper thing, you can, in theory, run around with the purple Dark Surge. Now, I'm not a big fan of this. It kind of goes against what you're trying to do. You spawn more bosses. Do bosses have a higher chance of giving you legendary gear? Kind of, sort of, I suppose, because they are bosses. But the legendary gear reward is better. It makes all of them give you gear for sure. And that's kind of what we're doing. So if we're forcing the boss reward option, then we're kind of taking away the legendary gear option. It kind of goes against what we're trying to do, in my opinion, but it is much cheaper, and bosses are good. Bosses give you edicts. Edicts are a consistent source of money. So if you're not looking to all-in gamble, you can add edicts to this strategy, but this strategy is an all-in gamble. All right, let's jump into the Void chart. That's why we're here. And apparently I wasn't even running it. I was running it because you saw it, but I didn't switch it here. Here you go. There you go. It was preloaded, I promise you. So this is the Dark Surge. We're essentially getting all the points, even these little points here. You're like, you don't need these. You can save points if you don't get this. No, they're important. They give you more energy, more energy equals more waves equals more monsters. Monsters are lottery tickets. The more lottery tickets you scratch, the more likely you are to win the prize. So we are going to grab everything here. They're all really important, but be careful because as we get these, some of these come with nasty negatives. So as we go deeper into the waves, we start nerfing our damage essentially. And if you're doing 15 waves of Dark Surge, these negatives pile on. And by the end of it, you're going to end up hitting like a wet noodle, and it's kind of rough. So just keep that in mind. Don't get freaked out. This is the good one. This will give you the ultimate legendary gear, which is what we're looking for. This will give us more chances at legendary gear. And as I mentioned, sometimes the items will drop just corrupted, even double corrupted. And you can get an eternity double corrupted just to drop naturally and be like, whoa, I just won the game. I risk, I reward. And as I mentioned, if you do want to add the edicts, you can come in through here, 3 points up here, and then 3 points over here to grab the Doom. Or you can spend 7 points going this way instead, and you can add edicts. This will make it have more consistent payouts. You'll see the bosses show up, which kind of hurt your legendary chances, but we'll give you edicts, which you sell for money to pay the bills, right? To keep the fun going. All right, so that's our Dark Surge setup there. We're now going to go over to the rarity. We have everything here. I'm a big fan of these blueprints. Yes, you can get full sets of blueprints. Yes, I've had it happen. No, I don't have a video to show you. And even if I did, I can't edit it. That's all my videos are one shot. But I promise you, this does happen. And when it happens, it's amazing and it feels great. So it's definitely worth picking up. And then we grab all of this. Now, I'm not a big fan of this goblin, to be honest with you, especially since it's only precious or above. If it was matchless or above, I'd be more excited about this, but it's not. So I cut it. If you do find ways to fit it in, you can, I don't know, finagle it in there. Maybe cut some points out of the drop quantity over here. So in the final part of the tree, we are going up here to grab some drop quantity as well as the rare monsters and then just the extra points of drop quantity. So like I said, you have 6 points here. You can cut these 6 points out if you want to make it a little more consistent. Bring these 6 points over here to the edicts. You'll start pumping out bosses and dooms, and this will help pay the bills, but it'll slow down your getting big prizes along the way. So if you want to speed line big prizes, you cut this out. But if you want some consistency, you add these 6 points over there. Alternatively, if you're a goblin fan, you can take 4 points instead out of those 6 and drop them in the goblin here. Alrighty, and then just like that, we go over to our profound, and as you've probably picked up in a lot of my trees, I'm a big fan of drop quantity, so I did spend 25 points to get more additional drop quantity, as well as the 1 life for 30% drop quantity to equal lots and lots of drop quantity, which is what we're trying to do. Kill lots of monsters, get lots of loot, and hopefully it works out. Alright, everybody, that is the Dark Surge Gamba strategy. There was a lot to go in there. It is a very, very high-risk strategy, so if you do it a lot and you end up losing, I do apologize for that. That is the Gamba you signed up for. But I hope a lot of you do win a lot of big prizes, lots of eternities, lots of lone walkers. Who's gonna find the double corrupted version to drop naturally? Let me know in the comments below. If you do like this video, I ask that you do like and subscribe it. This encourages me to make more videos and continue streaming every day on Twitch. So if you have any questions, you can head over there and join us. I will put the void chart code in the description, and that's about it for now. So good luck, everybody. Happy hunting, and I'll catch you in the next video.